Hi, welcome back to Scripture Explorers. I'm James.
I'm Aria.
And I'm Daisy.
And we're the Scripture Explorers.
Romans, Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians.
Hi, Explorers. Sounds like you're listing Paul's letters.
Yeah, we're trying to remember them all.
Are you going to teach us about a new one today?
Well, that's something a lot of people have wondered.
What do you mean?
Let's take a look at our New Testament scroll. Today we'll be looking at the epistle to the Hebrews.
Did Paul write it?
Up until now, all of the letters we've looked at have been by Paul, but this letter we're not sure about. Most people think that Paul was at least part of writing this epistle. There is one particular thing about this letter, though, that I really love. It was written to the Hebrews, or the Jews. This epistle talks a lot about how Jesus and his mission fit into the way the Jews saw the world. There were so many traditions and beliefs they had, it made it hard for them to see how Jesus could be part of what they believed in. The letter opens with a powerful testimony of Jesus. Many names and titles for Jesus are found here, such as the captain of our salvation, the great high priest, and the mediator. The book opens with the testimony of Jesus, but in reality, throughout the whole book there is constant testimony of him.
Why was that so important for the Jews?
Because they had grown up with the law of Moses. The Jews had followed this law for so long, and many of them had never really understood what it truly meant. The epistle praises Moses and his faithfulness, and talks about the importance of the law of Moses. The law of Moses was, after all, very important, but, as the writer goes on to point out, Jesus Christ and his sacrifice were much more important.
It's the most important thing that ever happened.
That's right. It will allow us to return to live with our Father in heaven. But there are other reasons it's important too. One of them that is talked about here is that Jesus had to suffer all things so that he could succor us.
What does that mean?
It means to help us, to be there for us. By suffering all things in the Garden of Gethsemane and on the cross, Jesus was able to come to understand our pains and sadness. He understands why we hurt and what we need in order to feel better.
What else did this letter tell the Hebrews?
There's a lot more. We don't have time to cover it all right now, but we'll talk more about it next time. But one of the last things it says in chapter 6 that I love is what I'll leave you with for now. It's a simple call that says, "Let us go on to perfection."